Then, once again, we take a little break, but not the best episode. Yes, it's kind of a dumb concept. One of my things is I like how Tennant's hair is, because if you look at the Idiot's Lantern, which is the next episode, where the TV sucks your face out, Rose is kind of the damsel in distress, which I don't like. He climbs up to a tower to help and solve everything with the sonic screwdriver, which I don't think is the best thing. But it's interesting. The relationship between the boy and his father, you gotta get a little bit of the gender roles in there a little bit, which is kind of cool. Yes, not the best concept, although I have to admit, I kind of stared at my TV, kind of going, hope it doesn't suck my face off, but I really can't complain that much about this episode because it was an in-between episode. You went from an exciting two-parter Cybermen to this, and you kind of get rewarded after seeing this with the next two episodes, which I'm going to rant about, so I'm going to stop talking about the Idiot's Lantern. The Impossible Planet and the Satan Pit completely challenges the Doctor's beliefs. You basically meet the devil, and it's very, very tense, even more tense than the Cybermen, because the Doctor he loses the TARDIS yet again, but he loses it. There's no chance of fixing it, repairing it. It's gone. They're in a very tight space. It's sort of like that kind of spaceship kind of a feel. The members of the ship, they're kind of trapped there. They're near a black hole. They're orbiting a black hole, which is defying the laws of gravity. And not only that, but people are getting picked off one by one. And these creatures that are very creepy looking, but then ensured to be good guys, the Ood, kind of established them as kind of slaves, but they kind of want to work. But you kind of say, well, they do want to work more than, like, American slaves did in, like, American history, but should they really be? Maybe that's all they know. Maybe they're actually brainwashed even more than the slaves are, and they're treated nicely. It's kind of a different approach to slavery. It's an interesting concept, but these creatures you think are supposed to be good are possessed, but they're possessed. What are you going to do? You're going to try to reason with them? No, you're going to have to try to fight them, as possessed as they are, as bad as you feel. But not only that, the Doctor has to challenge his belief. These beliefs are challenged. People are getting split up. Rose and the Doctor are separated. They're separated from the TARDIS itself. And it's a very, very, very tense episode. Very good episode in terms of adventure, tension, concepts, and challenging the Doctor's belief, all to kind of be wrapped up with the Doctor falls down, looks up, you have that slow camera pan up to the fact that he found the TARDIS, sort of triumphant. Personally, that's one of my favorite moments in David Tennant's reign as the Doctor, and then everything's solved as usual, but you kind of see how close things get to being not so good, while also knowing that, the Doctor can, even in the most impossible events, save his companion and save the day. Okay, then the next two episodes, I have to admit, they're not my favorite. The first one, I will immediately praise it because this is where people argue with me, including some of my best friends, Robbie Mills, if you're watching this, that it's not the best episode. It's a dumb concept with the creature that absorbs people, but it shows you how people who have never met the Doctor sort of come together because of him and how he impacts normal, everyday people. Yes, it was kind of dumb, the whole cement block thing in the end. You kind of see a little bit of a little more Jackie because it's the character you know, so you're kind of drawn to her as opposed to Elton because Elton is this new character that takes the spotlight because you really only see Tennant in the kind of Scooby-Doo-esque running through corridors with the monster with him and Rose trying to spray stuff on him, only to come to the end, Tennant to save the day, and kind of the fact that you can't really trust people. I don't really know what to get out of it, aside from the fact that people are influenced by the Doctor. And then Fear Her, I like that one better, only because Rose has to save the Doctor. When the Doctor gets caught in the drawing by the possessed little girl who, yes, is very stupid, you can kind of make random jokes about it, kind of an odd villain, very, 2012 Olympics, though, you kind of have a sort of close to present-day time, but sort of a little bit in the near future, and Tennant carrying the torch. Yeah, it's kind of quirky, kind of funny, but my main thing is that Rose finally works on her own without the Doctor at all, and saves him, essentially. And then we come to the final two episodes, Aliens of London, Army of Ghosts, and Doomsday, which sees the departure, well, not really departure, of Rose Tyler. And I have to say, the first time, that I actually legit cried while watching Doctor Who. One thing I didn't mention, watching the second series, I watched it all in the pitch black dark. I had 2 complete days during Thanksgiving when it got dark out early, completely watched episodes 1 through 6, or 1 through 7, then 8 through 12, or 8 through 13, in a dark hotel room by myself, bawled like a baby. Now, while The Empty Child and The Doctor Dances and Girl in the Fireplace made me tear up, this was the first time I actually felt sad, because Rose, at this point, as New Whovians, Rose has been the person, as much as you don't like her, because I have to admit, I don't really like Rose that much anymore. I did at that point. She kind of grew on me, and then she's gone, right after Fear Her when she saves the Doctor. So, it's kind of the fact that she's been with you the longest in terms of New Who, and now she's gone. And not to mention, it brings this climactic battle between, like, manipulating people, the fact that the Cybermen want to upgrade, the fact that you have the Cybermen and the Daleks, the Doctor striking an alliance with the Cybermen, try to fight the Daleks, the fact that they're different. You kind of see how 2 completely villains that are completely against the Doctor can also be against each other, because when you think about it, the Cybermen are still human, and they're completely against what the Daleks want. And it's this big climactic battle. You see Mickey come back from the parallel universe after being left there, Pete Tyler, only to have this sort of hope that she might stay, but only to have her leave. And the ultimate cliffhanger, I think, well, Eccleston regenerating to Tennant, the fact that all of a sudden, this random woman, Donna Noble, appears under the TARDIS out of nowhere. So, and then we'll have to see what happens. So, that's my Series 2 rankings and kind of opinions on each episode. Tell me what you think in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. My 50th video. What better way than introducing David Tennant and some of his best episodes, including my favorite. And, yep, look at my my rankings in the description. Make your rankings in the comments below. And, alright. See you in the next episode. Allons-y. Oh my gosh. One of the greatest Tennant episodes, and he's not even in it that much. Great, she is a fantastic companion. This series finale, I thought,